Hollow Knight is arguably one of the greatest Metroidvania games of the modern era, and I took it upon myself to 100% the entire game. And I don't mean 100% as in the percentage the game displays, I mean 100% of the content you can complete in the game. I completed Steel Soul mode, 100%, I 112% of the regular game, and I got all Steam achievements. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this tantalizing journey of recording, editing, and playing this lovely game. It is so damn hard, and I hope you enjoy. The game begins with me falling down this giant cavern. Sort of a tutorial zone, learning the ropes, right? I was just in awe how fast I could swing this damn nail. And that's our choice of weapon in this game. You're basically an insect with a nail, and there's some parkour elements. Lord, there's some parkour elements. And your objective is to save Hollowness, kind of. Anyways, I read this thing, talked about some higher beings. Oh, I can suck the soul out of bugs and eat it or whatever to heal. Sick. Found this blue thing, broke it, gave me some extra health. Awesome soup. Who doesn't love that? Discovered I could pogo with my nail, which led me to the first charm of many. So charms are this game's version of trinkets, essentially, and they pretty much give you buffs, and you can only equip a certain number of them. And there's our first achievement, charm. Anyways, as I progressed through this tutorial zone, I sort of just figured out everything worked, like gimmicks, movement, attacking, just simple shit. Something about higher beings, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not paying attention to lore. If you want to know lore, go watch Mossbag, not my nonsense. Anyways, we entered Dirtmouth, the fading town, the home of our lovely elder. Yay! Yeah, there's not much to see here, I'm not gonna lie. We spoke to this guy. This town's like dead or whatever. He said everyone goes to underground, so we followed suit. Underground was the Forgotten Crossroads. This place was interesting. Some weird little bugs, some geo. Geo is the currency of this game, by the way. Anyways, went exploring, found this dude. He was like, yo, man, I can make you a map. I'm a cartographer. I was like, sweet, bro, thanks, 30 bucks. So now we have a map. It's a pretty shit map, but I mean, it's a map, right? So we can kind of know where we are. Anyways, kept exploring. Found some more money. Because I'm a greedy bastard. And then I got trapped into this room, which is a gauntlet. And there are several of these in this game. It's essentially just rooms where you get locked in, and you have to fight bugs. These are aspids. Pretty light work for a player like me. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, kept exploring. Found a bench. Ooh, and what is this? 50 geo. A tram station. Or, no, what? A stag station. Pretty much this game's version of fast travel. Found this fat dude. Freaking mean person. Opened some weird shortcut for me, or some secret thing on accident. Tried to explore it, but I cannot fit in there, twin. What the hell? Look at this unsuspecting victim. Oh, a couple more. Oh, just a few more. Alright, anyways, what's over here? What the fuck is that? Nah, I'm just kidding. This is the False Knight. He was our first boss. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really struggle with much in this game until the end, so if you like watching people struggle at video games, I apologize. I'm just low-key the GOAT. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, this dude's gimmick was pretty simple. You just, like, freaking slap him around until he, like, busts his balls or whatever, and his head pops out of his armor, and then you bust that. Pause. Maybe no pause, honestly. So, yeah. It's a pretty boring fight. But it is the tutorial after all. Anyways, I jumped to the left, which you aren't supposed to do. And I couldn't actually kill him because I was locked out. But, anyways, let's keep going. So I found this freaky, like, den thing, and there was this black slug lady called the Snail Shaman, and she totally promised me some magic, and I was like, yo, shit, I love magic. And, yeah, she drugged me. So let that be a lesson, kids. Anyways, she tasked me with cleaning out her backyard or whatever with this new magic, killing these things. So yeah, I can totally just shoot like cum blast now, which is kind of sick. So I killed this dude's kids, and I used his kid's soul to shoot cum blast at him. Anyways, here's our second charm, Soul Catcher, which I have equipped for, like, majority of the time. And she let me leave. Thanks, lady. Free magic? Sick. Anyways, with this newfound power, I could visit this place called Green Path, because it was blocked by this, like the same dude in her backyard. They're called balders or something. Anyways, nothing special here. We just shoot them down. And, oh, yeah, this place has acid. Welcome to Green Path. So, this place, the monsters have AIDS, right, which is awesome. Ew. Found my first bench. Frick yeah. Yeah, I'm really greedy, so I just grab every bit of Geo. Oh, hey. So, that's some lady named Hornet. Yeah. I did a speedrun trick here, or like a fake speedrunner trick, so I kind of missed a lot of zone and a lot of, like, weird progression points. Killed that little poor dude, but he sucks, so whatever. And I sort of just made my way through Green Path. This place really wasn't anything notable. Oh my gosh, this dude. Our first boss. Actual boss. No, I'm just kidding. He's also really easy. Like Grass Knights. Just pogo on him. North of Green Path, there was this guy who needed my help because he was trapped in the mouth of, like, I don't know, just a big bug or something. So, I think I saved him? Anyways, I kind of just left him because he was sort of an asshole. Like, I saved him, he was like, oh, I didn't need your saving. And I was just like, you know, bro, flip you, man. And I left, killed these dudes, got some more money, found another stag nest, or, I mean, stag station. So, another fast shower point, that's hype. Gotta pay for it, though. But I got money like that. We're balling, 740 Geo. Anyways, I kind of just kept wandering aimlessly until I accidentally found this arena. So this is Hornet. She's kind of like my sister, I think, sort of, but like different mother, same father, so half sister? I don't know. Family's complicated. Anyways, I beat that ass. Like, really easily. She's kind of weak, especially since I have that new Cum Blast ability. She was just absolutely stood no chance. Or maybe she did. Hold on, wait, let me lock in. Just kidding. Too easy. Anyways, we got our second achievement, or yeah, test of resolve, and the ability to dash. And then I sort of just got mind fucked by like some weird dreamer thing. Like people, actually. See, I don't know what they are. But yeah, they did that to me, and then I woke up and left. Now I can dash. That's pretty awesome. See how we can get over this acid. I checked out this lake place, and I met Coral! Dude was mad cool. Anyways, I headed back to Dirtmouth, because I had nothing to do in Green Path anymore. This unlocked that, like, building that was boarded up earlier with this lever, so that was sick. And on top of that, this shop was open, because it's the wife of that map lady, and she sells the maps that I miss, so that was nice. I bought a bunch of shit from her that made maps not ass, and yeah, that was about it. So anyways, I kept exploring a fat dude in the top right of the crossroads, and oh, our first grub. We have to save, like, 47. There's our second grub. And oh, would you believe it? Our third grub, yay. Yeah, there's like 40 of those. Anyways, with a new dash ability, I went over this lip in the bottom of the Forgotten Crossroads, which led to this new zone, like the fungal waste. Yep. Man, we really like diseased areas in this game. So anyways, there's these weird spitter guys, they freaking suck. I kind of just skipped past everything because goddamn the zone sucked. Oh, and we have dancing mushrooms too. It's pretty cool, I guess. Nothing too hard yet. Giant locked gate over there. I'm not really sure what that's about. Anyways, found these pink things you can bounce on, which is pretty cool if you pogo. And then these weird little babies. And I would say I feel guilty about killing them, but I really don't. Wow, I suck. Anyways, there was a grub over there, so yay, 4th grub. Another shortcut or something with this lever. Oh, and would you look at that? My best friend Corner for what's up, my boy? Yeah. How much is the map, dude? Ooh, nice and cheap. Thank you, dude. Economy's great. Hear this weird sparkling noise? That's a mask shard. Can't get it. Anyways, this is Queen Station, which was like to the left of the fungal waste, I believe, which led to another stag. I was about to say tram again for some reason. But yeah, another fast travel, which is sick. And then I made my way back to the pink things, and I found this thing. I think it's supposed to be a praying mantis. I don't know. Anyways, it was straight hands from the get-go, and I killed every single one of them. Had to show them my dominance, you know. Anyways, on a bench. Kept exploring. And ended up finding this weird little sub-zone in the fungal waste called the Mantis Village, which kind of sucked, because it was just a bunch of these assholes. Unlocked this thing, which raised a gate. Went back up to where the gate was raised, and I got stuck here until I got a freaking mantis claw, bro. Let's go. So I can wall jump, a staple of any Metroidvania game. And with my newfound ability, I wasted no time immediately exploring everything possible. I went north, found this, which is basically just solid, like, gold, essentially. I hit that lever, which made the whole world shake, and opened up a giant pit in the ground, which I accidentally just fell into. So, yeah, this zone was interesting. Sort of just like a parkour-esque area, testing your new abilities with the Mantis Claw. Bunch of levers and shit. Hit them all, because I'm the flipping goat. And then I fell down to here, with these 3 sisters. And obviously I ran their fade. What? This was by far the coolest boss. Like, this was so dope. And I know y'all probably don't enjoy me talking during these fights, but this is voiceover, right? Like, I didn't actually have my microphone on when I was fighting these. I do later, and I'll let the raw audio play. But for the most part, this was pretty light. You just jump over some discs and stuff, and then hit him in the butt. Or you try to hit them out and you miss, because I suck. And you might be like, oh, why are those 2 people in those cuck chairs sitting back and watching? Well, first of all, have you ever considered maybe they like to watch? Second of all, you'll see in a second. So upon the death of the eldest sister, they both run my fate at the same time. But yeah, it really wasn't that hard, actually. It's very, like, well choreographed. Oh, well, I suck. Tried to pogo off a freaking frisbee and missed. But yeah, it's, like, really well choreographed. This fight was, I think, my favorite fight the entire game. If not, the final boss, which you will see. Oh my gosh. Oh man. So anyways, this fight really isn't anything special. It's really cool, though, like, how you have to immediately run a gang. Now, I'm sure this would be difficult if it was, like, your first time ever playing the game, but I have played Hollow Knight before this session. I played it back in, like, 2018-ish on PlayStation. So, this really wasn't that tough. Plus, you know, I'm just a god gamer, right? So Finally, goodness, that took forever. I was getting bored sitting here watching that in voiceover, and goodness. I hit like a freaking wet noodle, dude. Actually, no, a wet noodle probably hits harder than me. Anyways, they were dead. Or, not even. They're alive in the background. But I gained their respect, which is another achievement. Went to the left of them because it was a gate. Led this place called Deepness. This shit sucks ass. Anyways, I found my boy Cornifer. Cornifer. Damn. Sold me the map for mad cheap because this place sucks. And yeah, I went through it and I found this weird shortcut to the top of the fungal waste again, but I do not recommend. That place sucked. Found this weird church or something? I don't know. They were like praying to this guy and they were doing the thank you dance. He sounds like a minion. I don't really know what he's talking about. Anyways, I kept exploring, went to the right, through a shortcut that I unlocked, took a little piss bath, it was phenomenal. Found my 5th grub. I'm gonna lose count at some point. But anyways, went to the bottom right of this like giant piss lake thing, and after a very small parkour section, I got another charm. The Spore Charm, or Spore Shrine, so I can fart on people now. Oh, and the Mantises pay me respect since I kicked their, like, leader's asses or whatever. Which means I could enter this room, because he would previously close the door. And also eat spikes. Nice. So anyways, I got the Mark of Pride, which is really good, but I never equip it, because I'm the GOAT. Thanks, I forgot. But it lengthens your nail, like, length. Which, I mean, you know, every guy wants their nail longer, right? Obviously. That's totally not a euphemism, obviously. Gave a shitload of Geo, too! And I headed back to Queen Station because with my new wall jump ability, I could actually get this mask shard now, which essentially functions as Zelda's heart container pieces. You get 4 of them, you get an extra heart. It's pretty sick. Talked to my stag boy, headed back to Dirtmouth. And bought some pins from Cornifer's wife, which essentially just show me on the map previous things that I found, denoted by a pin if they're like of special interest. Went back to Forgotten Crossroads and found another mass piece that I could now get after this like ridiculously weird, or I don't even know, this isn't parkour, it's just like timing stuff, I guess. Anyways, I'm impatient as hell, so I got hit a lot, but I still got us, who cares? Sort of just got to exploring random nonsense now. Unlocked that shortcut. Went back here, realized that, oh, the boss doesn't save your progress, and I have to fight him again. Which wasn't a big deal, because obviously he was easy the first time, right? So why would it be easy or why would it be hard the second time, right? This was really stupid sped up, but I'm not gonna let y'all or make y'all wait through this whole boring fight, especially because I still hit like soft as hell right now. Anyways, upon killing him, you get an achievement, Falsehood, and second, an item, the City Crest, which you're supposed to get earlier. Oh, and also a bunch of money, because the economy is great, right? So thank you. I don't really know where I was going at this point. I was sort of just wandering and killing stuff for the love of the game. I killed this fat dude again for no reason. I don't really know. Anyways, I head back to the stag. And I warped to Green Path. Went back to the fungal waste, found this bridge. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to see Hornet here. I didn't. I kind of just found it after wandering a whole bunch. Had to do some weird funk parkour. Unlocked a shortcut because it's all just like, you know, just liquid piss. Or, well, I mean, there's solid piss. I hope not. So, regular piss. And there's at the end, there's this fat statue of what appears to be the knight, and you put the city crest in, and it actually opens the gate. So it's really nice that I found that. And that junk immediately closes on you, so, you know. Anyways, that led to this place with my boy Coral. Again, what's up, dude? This guy's really nice, and he makes several appearances, and he's related to an achievement. But yeah, this place is called the City of Tears. It's the title card. There it is. Yeah, this place is the City of Tears. It's pretty miserable, actually, and there's a bunch of mean people who use nails just like you, and they use them better than you, or at least better than me, because I suck. So anyways, after exploring and utilizing these elevators a bunch, because they're sick. Oh yeah, they fly, too. Sort of just climbed the towers as you were intended to, and unlocked little shortcuts here and there. Found another grub. I think this is our 6th grub. I'm already losing track. Found a piece of paper, which led to my boy Cornifer. But first I had to run through another gauntlet, which, again, really not anything serious. The flying guys are a little bit irritating, but shit, nothing I can't somewhat destroy. I still hit, like, I'm trying to think of an analogy. I hit, like, essentially just a baby punching someone. I bought this bench in this map. Here's that dude that I saved earlier. His name is Zote the Mighty. He's an asshole. Super ungrateful guy. Flip him. Find this weird city storeroom thing. I don't know what that tree is, but we'll use it later for something. Sort of just loot the place, because I'm a greedy little gremlin. And up here I found an item, which is pretty freaking sweet. It was a simple key, which we'll use later. Sort of just keep progressing, exploring. There's a stag sign there, so I'm gonna go get that stag, because I love fast traveling. $200. Does nothing. Connection achievement, which I believe is half of the total stags in the game. Went through this weird fancy door, and oh my gosh, these freaking like X-Men mind flayer things. I don't even know what the hell to call them. They shoot brain boogers at you, and it's annoying. Anyways, went to the left, found an elevator, found a shortcut to Cornifer in the bench. Sweet. This subzone was called the Soul Sanctum, as you can see by the title card. Miserable. Absolutely miserable place. That's some lore crap. Don't know. Go watch a Mossbag video. I just skipped past me murdering absolutely everything because total domination is not necessary for this video. And then this freaking aura farmer just like spawned in on me. He was like a mini boss or something, but he again was no match for my male. Pause. So yeah, he shoots brain boogers and fights you with a fencing nail, which is pretty cool. Pretty fun little mini boss. Not really too hard though, so. And for some reason, like a bajillion Geo just splooged from his pockets the moment I killed him, which is sweet. Anyways, I kept progressing afterwards, past his little corpse or whatever. And there was these weird, oh my, I don't even know what they are, but they're gross. They're like ankle biters. So on and so forth. Kept exploring, opening gates, found this little like somewhat secret room up here, which was just a gauntlet full of these nasty ankle biters. Oh, and also the flying variant of them, because for some reason there's a version of that. Make my skin crawl, man. Nasty little things. Like chihuahuas, but mobs. Anyways, that gave me Spell Twister, which is a charm that does something with spells. I don't know. I didn't use it. Went over here to the left past that. And, oh, believe it or not, it's boss time. Yeah, this dude is weird, the Soul Master. He's essentially just a humongous version of the booger shooters that we were fighting earlier, so he's nothing really too crazy. Also, his health pool really isn't that high. He's kind of weak. He's like a little glass cannon. Oh yeah, this is a little Ferris wheel thing, which is pretty cool. Pretty easy to dodge, though. Also, yeah, if you've not noticed by now, spells are really overpowered in this game, and I just didn't... I don't think I used them enough, honestly. I didn't use and abuse them as much as I should have. But, like, that little white shooty spell, so freaking overpowered. Anyways, he's dead. So, yeah. Oh, what's that? New ability? Frick, yeah. Just kidding. He has a second phase. I don't know why. This is like the least eventful second phase, too. He just does this stupid, like... And he faints! He literally psychs you out! And then he just sits here like a big, pompous prick. Freaking just eating hits like a moron. And that's his whole second phase. So yeah, that's lovely. This is like a bottom feeder boss, in my opinion. This is definitely not one of my higher rated bosses in this playthrough. Look at this. Freaking little, like, blood boogers he just summons from his brain. Okay, now he's actually dead. Screw you, dude. That gives us the achievement Illumination and a new ability. The Ground Pound ability, which is cool, but you really don't use it that much, except for, like, in scenarios where you have to break the ground, because it forces you to. The Hollowness Seal, again, liquid gold essentially. You can just sell them for Geo, which is pretty sweet. Get some soul, break here. I missed that grub, but I will come back for it. And then came this, oh my gosh, this ass-clenching moment, bro. I'm at 1 HP. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I don't know why I was so worried about dying. This is not Steel Soul Run yet. But anyways, I didn't, because I'm, like, I don't know, I just entered the flow state. So I will tell you right now, from personal experience, I know my nuts were in my throat, like, that entire time. Anyways, went back for that little grubby boy. And this is the dude I was, this is Relic Seeker Lem. So he's the one who accepts those weird little, like, trinkets for gold, which is sweet. Anyways, found the sewer grate, opened it with a simple key, went in to check it out. It's the sewers. It sucks. So I left. And then I got cutscened immediately into a forcible movie that I didn't watch because frick you, Hornet. Says some random crap to me about finding out the truth about Hollowness, and then just Spider-Man's away. Always aura farming. Went back into the sewers, fought these nasty ass bugs that flip. Sorry about the peeking. Mic is a little bit interesting. Oh yeah, ground pound through the ground. Found a bench. That was sweet. It's also the only bench in this entire zone. And then these... Ew! Like, what the... Why? Why do you exist? Like, seriously. Freaking face comes off after you kill them, and then their legs grow legs to run at you. Now this dude named Tuck. I bought food. It wasn't actually food. He kind of just scammed me. He gave me a rancid egg, which is pretty gross. But anyways. Broke the secret wall, found another grub, and then I went to the left of that and found a mask. That's 3 or 4. Let's go. I went to the left even further than that mask, and I found this little gauntlet with like these, I don't even, gosh man, I can't even describe these insects. Like, what the hell are these things? So they grow really big when you hit them, and you just, like, that's it. That's all they do, actually. Like, that's literally it. I almost died, too, because I suck. But anyways, post this gauntlet led to Cornifer, which is sweet. So I got a map for the sewer place.
Make him noise, good chin.
No, they're not thrilling Cornifer. Thank you for the map, though, Twin. Sort of explored off that, and then I found a bunch of shit. Literally, like that's feces in the background and on the floor, actually. Which led me to this boss. A dung beetle named the Dung Defender. He was actually pretty cool. I liked this boss a lot. So he throws shit at you, right? Because who doesn't want to simulate getting shit thrown at them in a video game? That's pretty sweet. So yeah, he'll like dig in his own poop in the ground and like throw it at you, and then like burrow in it and stuff. And you can just do this to him, just like pogo him like a basketball, which he kind of looks like. But yeah, he was pretty cool. Oh yeah, and he has a second phase where he just pounds on his chest and gets real fast. Like, literally, just super fast, and that's it. I find it interesting. I love that, like, our secondary attack, like our primary spell, is literally shooting the soul of, like, it's like shooting life essence at enemies. Like, I joked and called it semen, because, oh, it's white, right? But no, I'm literally shooting the soul of a creature that I'm killing. Like, I'm taking your soul as I kill you and using it to kill you further. Like, this is kind of dark, bro. But I like it, because it's freaking overpowered, so thank you. Anyways, this guy had, like, a shit ton of health, no pun intended, because he's in shit, but, like, genuinely. Like, holy tank, man. Are dung beetles that tanky in real life? Anyways, they gave me the achievement Honor, which is cool, and a crest, which makes me just radiate poop particles and deal damage, so I'm not equipping that. Anyways, to the right of him was, like, the second half of the city, which was blocked off originally. It's like these weird, I don't really know. It's just like a bunch of red guys. Oh yeah, and I got into a mini boss fight with this dude who was an absolute unit and did 2 damage per hit, which is insane. And as you can see, this is 300 times speed. That took freaking like 3 minutes, man. And 50 geo for all that. Not worth. But I found the King Station on the far right side, as, you know, opposed to the Queen Station in Fog Canyon. But the station was actually broken, so that kind of sucks. And there's also a secret behind it. But, there was actually a functioning station just, like, literally 2 feet above the broken one. I guess they just moved it, I don't really know. Went up there out of curiosity, found some liquid gold, sweet. Started climbing more towers in the area on the right side of the City of Tears and found this place, which is another gauntlet. Except now it has also these weird, like, red enemies, which I think were, like, citizens of the city or something? I don't really know. But, that led me to this new item, which is a vessel fragment, which increases the quantity of soul we can hold, which is flippin' awesome, so that's cool. Then I found this elevator, and went up the elevator, which led me to this new zone, actually. It's a bunch of graves and stuff, and which is fitting because it's literally called the resting grounds. So I went right, found this weird thing, got trapped in it, inspected it. To protect the vessel, the dreamers lay sleeping. Monitor the teacher. Something, the Watcher and Hair of the Beast. I can't read it. It's just kind of far. So yeah, that added the locations to my map. So those are the ops that I gotta slime out or whatever. Because they I don't know. I have no idea, actually. Oh, yeah, so I got put in this dream world, and there was this moth thing, and I was like, oh, hey, man. And I followed her, and she said a bunch of random words and gave me a cool nail upgrade. Which is, the dream nail. So now I can, like, poke and prod at things' dreams. Because who doesn't want to do that, right? You know, I love that. Oh, yeah, and I woke up to this loud lady, the seer. So she gives me a whole spiel about, like, essence and how I should go get essence and then return to her for, like, rewards or something to upgrade my nail and get goodies. And I was like, oh, sweet, cool. Now these trees I can interact with my dream nail and awaken them and collect the essence that they, like, spit out. Which are these red dots. As you can see, that's what I'm doing. So that little counter is my essence counter, and that relates to, like, 5 achievements. Like, I need to get a bunch of essence, which you do over time. Anyways, the resting grounds has a map, which I missed, and a stag, which is free, which is cool. So I busted through that grave with ground pound, which led to these disgusting things. Again, another creature that makes my skin crawl, just like grown and stuff. Anyways, I got a charm here and another grub, which is sweet. And then I found a way out to the left, which is great, because I was not trying to be there any longer, which led me to a elevator. Headed back to the City of Tears on the right side. Saw this weird little window thing I got into, which just had a bunch of, like, citizens in it, so I just killed them. And then I found that there's a shortcut, and there's this big honkin' gold one, and it just dropped a ton of money, which is sweet. 420 to be exact. The funny number, or one of them, anyways. Not really. Then I found this giant elevator shaft with a broken elevator. Jumped down it because exploration. And there's like this weird black radiating ooze about this place. It was kind of funky, but I kept going anyways. So I found these things, which I don't even know what the hell they're called. They just like spit vomit at you and then like swipe at you. They're kind of gross, but they're nothing hard. Also, they drop a good amount of money actually. And I killed 2 of them, and this lady popped out of the ground. Cloth was her name. She was pretty cool. Apparently, I had helped her survive, so she was like, "Oh, I like your warrior spirit, but I cannot show you my weakness or whatever, or like something like that." She was cool, just like a warrior with pride or something. Anyways, kept going deeper. More of these little vomiting monsters, and I just could not get a hit. Actually, wow. Spells are OP. So past these guys was this weird giant geo, but instead of geo, it gave me pale ore, which later I find out is used to upgrade your weapon, but I didn't really know what I was doing with that right now, so I just kept exploring. Found my way to the ancient basin, which was freaky. There was this, like, well thing that I'm supposed to be charitable and donate to. No, not right now, sorry. Found Cornifer, gave me the map. Thanks, dude. I tried to pogo across this giant, long, like, thing of spikes, but obviously it's not what you were supposed to do. Because, like, I got to this platform, right, and I was like, oh, sweet, let's keep going. And then I realized, okay, I cannot get up that, actually. And that's when I realized I should probably explore elsewhere. So, I went back to the resting grounds, and I went back to Dirtmouth, I think? Yes. And I bought a bunch of stuff from Cornifer's wife. More pins, more maps. Just take my money, damn it. I found this little crystal place inside of the Forgotten Crossroads that I had just missed, and now I could break it into using the ground pound that I got, so that was sick. This place was really cool. just all glowy and stuff. Just a bunch of pink crystals. And the enemies here were mad weak. Oh my. I forgot about this. So, did a bunch of weird, not even parkour, just nonsense to get a grub. And I accidentally broke open the shortcut that I couldn't do anything with, because, like, I can't do anything with that yet. Yet, keyword. Did some intense pogoing to get up here, even though I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have double jump, which I did not have yet. Gave me a King's Idol, which is, like, just a ton of money, like, solid gold. Or, yeah. Found Cornifer here, too. Bought the map from him. Thank you, buddy. Kept exploring. And I'd like to clarify something now. I sort of go out of my way to kill stuff because you have to do something in this game for an achievement called the True Hunter. Also, I found coral up here at the top. But you have to kill a certain amount of each enemy to unlock its true, like, notes. And you have to do that for every enemy in the game to get an achievement. So I was just kind of killing stuff because I knew you had to do that. Anyways, went right up coral and then down, and I found this new little section with a bunch of doors I could unlock, and this, like, wall elevator thing, which is cool. Opened that up, went to the right, don't know what those symbols mean, don't really care. There was, like, these giant statues that were missing their hearts, so, also led to this parkour zone, which was cool, so I went through that real quick. Doing all that parkour led me to this. It was one of those statues, but it had its heart, and I took it because I'm a thief. Like, duh. And that gave me the crystal heart, which unlocks this ability that is often referred to as C-dash. So you can just dash super far distances in one go, which I immediately used to get this grub, which was nice. Anyways, further exploring the zone, there was this weird mechanized, like, crushers, so I kind of just went through those to, like, check out more of the area, and there was actually a puzzle with them, not a puzzle, a trial with them to get a grub, so did that real quick, and then I C-dashed to the left of that, my brain just farted, C-dashed to the left of that giant gap I couldn't earlier that was next to Cornifer. Went down here, got a grub, except, ew, what the fuck? It wasn't actually a grub. It was a mimic grub, or a grub mimic or something. Ew, it's, damn, man. Team Cherry, y'all did a great job at making insects, like, just make me feel gross, like they're yucky. But behind this faker was this real one. So that's cool. And now I'll forever have trust issues regarding grubs. Thank you, Team Cherry. Anyways, went to the left of that, got a shortcut, which actually led all the way back to Dirtmouth, so that's pretty hype. Kept exploring, went right middle, and I found this dude peacefully chilling on a bench, and I was like, hey, I want to sit on that bench. He was like, my life, my rest, in his brain or whatever, because you can do that with the dream nail. And I was like, dude, I want to sit on that bench, so I prodded him with my nail, which triggered a fight. And his name was the Crystal Guardian, and he was really easy. He has 2 attacks, jumping and shooting lasers, and that's literally it. See, he died and exploded into riches, except not actually. He just, like, burrowed into the ceiling. So we'd fight him again later, but I didn't really care about that. I stole his bench, kept exploring, found another variant of those, like, crusher things from earlier, except now they're faster and a little harder to, like, time, I guess. And also the reward wasn't a grub, it was a chest. I don't even think there was a lot of money in this. No, there wasn't. Oh, yes, but the lever turned them off. I forgot about that. It was $78. That's cheeks, dude. Just risk my life for 78 bones. That's not worth it. Oh, well, there was a grub. Sorry. Another grub. Anyways, I headed back to a stag so I could get the heck out of there, because I got in sea dash, which I believe would get me across this gap in the ancient basin that we found earlier, and it did. Except it did. Anyways, I went to the left, dropped down, found these weird giant fat vomiting thingies, kind of like an upgrade from the ones earlier that are next to the pale ore. So that was cool, I guess. Not really. And there was a whole bunch of these things too. Again, as I said earlier, went out of my way to kill these things because I wanted to get the mastery sort of like set up faster. And also down here I found this weird dead thing with a dead guy in its mouth that had a key, so I took that, John. Like, what? Thank you. Dead man's... Just gonna say dead man's trash, another man's treasure. No, dead man's loot is my loot, actually, now. Thank you. So anyways, I proceeded to the left, and I found this dude who kind of looked a lot like me, just a lot more swagger, I'm not gonna lie. He had way cooler horns, and he was already dead. These nasty little seedlings were just embedded themselves in his brain, and I guess hive mind his shit. Because he wanted to fight now. This guy was pretty cool. Not really that hard either. But definitely a cool fight. I liked this fight. There we go. I'm gonna speed this up for you guys because I do not hit hard. Like, I had not realized you could upgrade your nail yet. Like, I hadn't done that. So I was doing, like, the base damage of, like, 5. And I don't know how much health this dude has. It's a lot more than 5, though. So yeah, dude's splooging everywhere. I'm getting absolutely slapped around silly. My 5 freaking hearts and my 5 freaking damage. So it's all good though. We pulled through first try, I think. Woo! He goes down. Sick. Alright, so that gave us the achievement release, and shortly following him was the double jump ability. Monarch Wings. Woohoo! So, yeah, we're just like decked out now. Anyways, with my newfound ability, I wasted no time going right back into the boss fight, because in this game, there are dreamer variants to bosses, where you fight a harder version of the boss you killed in the real world. In the Steel Soul, they don't actually count as deaths, and this guy's name in the dream world is the Lost Skin. This fight took 5 minutes. Like, no over-exaggeration. Over-exaggeration. Ooh. Literally 5 minutes. Like, genuinely. Of just me beating that ass. Like, straight. I'm only showing you snippets of the fight here because I'm not about to show a whole 5-minute sequence of me beating this dude's ass. So anyways, we killed him, right? No hassle. Give us another achievement, peace, and a shit ton of essence. Because that's what the gimmick of dream bosses is. They give you a bunch of essence. And you're like, thanks, bro. And then he just kind of freaking gets absorbed by you. It's kind of weird. Another grub. And with double jump, I can now enter the right side of the ancient basin. Like the bottom right side anyways, because I couldn't originally. Led to this place called the Palace Grounds. I went straight past that junk because I knew there was a secret over here. It's just a tram station called the Hidden Station. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. Went back to the city storerooms. Got this little essence tree that I had remembered about earlier. Speeding this up to like 400% speed because oh my goodness. I'm like really slow, actually. So there you go, some more essence. Because I need about 1600. It's either 1600 or 24 to get the achievement. Anyways, bottom of City of Tears to the left, there's a nail sign. You know what that leads to? Oh yeah, the nailsmith. The guy that upgrades your nail and your damage. So I went to do that after I fought the boss. First one's free, 250, or well no, pale ore. So 250 and that's it. The next one is 1 pale ore and more money, which I think I also get. So now we're doing like 12 damage instead of 5. So that's a lot more. Anyways, I made my way back to Crossroads, which are now infected. I was like having a brain fart. They're not infected because I picked up the Monarch Wings. So essentially this whole place sucks and everyone has HIV. Anyways, with C-Dash, I checked out that thing that got unlocked earlier that I couldn't go through because, like, it's a bunch of spikes and shit. And it just led to a gauntlet with, like, these weird motherling insects that farted out babies and aspids, which just ultimately gave me a charm that was kind of ass. So, not really worth it. But we need it for the percent. Yeah, there's glowing one. Anyways, it's pretty buns. So now, I went back to the arena with the failed knight. And there's actually a dream variant of him, too. Called the Failed Champion. Now, I gave this a couple of attempts. And I got my ass beat in every single one of those attempts. This guy is hard as hell. Like, genuinely. Like, look at this. I'm just getting slapped around silly like a freaking plaything, bro. This was miserable. And I think primarily because he's just fast as hell, and I'm not used to that. So I definitely could have beat this if I just slammed my head against it, but I decided to come back later after I was a bit stronger. I just punched my desk, my bad. I clipped my hand against it. Anyways, it's time to get one of the dreamers done, so I went with the one I couldn't read earlier. I don't even remember her name. Lucarin? I have no idea. Anyways, there's these little gremlins that block her boss. Or not her boss, she's not a boss, but they block her. And you can do this little trick where you break the ceiling and you drop one of the chandeliers or whatever, lands on one of them, kills one of them, because it's a gank fight. It's the Watcher Knights. I think you have to fight like 8 in total, so now I only have to fight 7. But this fight is so boring, which is why I sped it up. Like, they're not hard, they're not interesting. It's literally 2 can be alive at the same time, and you just kill them. Like, that's it. They have, like, 2 attacks. They swing their nail, they roll up into a ball and jump at you, and they swing their nail, but a different way. So boring. Should also probably clarify now that I was actually trying to beat the game in under 5 hours and get 100% in under, I think, 10 hours? It's either 10 hours or 20 hours. And it's because both of those are achievements on Steam, so that's sort of why I just, like, rushed through a bunch of other cool stuff you can do, or get a bunch of money or whatnot. An OP, I literally was just like, I want to kill stuff and beat the game. So yeah, they go down without much of a hassle. I make my way up the rest of the tower. Leads me to this sleeping lady. We dream nail her, go into her dreams, and just kind of kill her psyche. It's kind of weird and messed up, but yeah, I kind of just beat this weird, like, thing senseless. Then I freaking absorb her essence. Just take it for mine, you know? So that breaks one of the seals that are on the black egg that holds the current Hollow Knight in place. So yeah, that's the Watcher dead. Made my way back to the sewers to continue exploring down there. God, I don't like this place at all, man. So freaky mobs. Anyways, this crystal here denotes we got a UC dash, so I use it. Get through that weird spiky teeth thing we saw earlier that was on the way to the ancient basin. Got a freaking another gauntlet. Thank you. And that led me to Isma's Grove, which allowed me to get the item and ability Isma's Tear, which just makes me immune to acid, which is sweet. And also not necessary to beat the game, but I might as well get it because I'm going to need it for 100%. I was doing some cleanup around the fungal waste, and there was these two. This is just a gauntlet you do for a charm notch. Just fight these two fat mushrooms and you get a charm notch. At this point, I don't think I had collected a single one, and they just allow you to equip more charms, so yeah, pretty OP. And I took this weird left at the bottom of the fungal waste where you had to have Isma's Tear, which first of all led to an essence tree that was right there. I don't remember if I get that or not. But holy crap, why? Oh my god, I suck. Anyways, it led to a new zone called the Far Canyon. This place sucks ass. But I made my way through the zone, found this grub, entered the teacher's archives, which was that big old building you saw in the background. This is essentially me realizing that I had to beat the game sub 5 hours for an achievement, so I was like, wait a minute, let me lock in. So I went through the zone, it's really linear, there's not a whole lot to do, so I made my way to this thing, which is Umo, which is the biggest gimmick boss of gimmick bosses. You have to wait until she either spawns her babies, if you don't have coral. If you have coral, you have to wait until coral slices her open, and then you can actually do damage. So there's my goat, Coral, right? Doing his thing, beating this stupid lady up. I'm getting my ass kicked, low key. But Coral's back at it again, right? This is the whole fight. Like, this is genuinely so disinteresting, it's crazy. But I do love Coral. Ooh, I missed that shot, that was rough. I don't know how long this fight was, but it was certainly longer than Lost Kin. And there you go. Umu dead. Gosh. Anyways, just continue onward. Coral's like, dude, the teacher, she called me here. Uses this fancy mask to, like, revitalize her spirit or whatever the hell. So I enter her brain and freaking kill her. Thank you, Coral. I go. Absorb her essence. That's 2 of the 3 watchers, or not watchers, dreamers down for the black egg, like seal or whatever. Gave us a different teacher. Next one was in Deep Nest. While I was here, I saved Zote again, who's still an asshole, but I need him alive for this run. And while I was here, I actually found the failed tramway, which is, as the name suggests, a attempted tramway that just failed because a bunch of shit invaded it. And I found the tram pass there, which means I can take trams now, which is an alternative version of a shortcut compared to stacks. I died, because it's Deep Nest, so I used this thing to the right of spawn. It just summons your shades using rancid eggs, and I got my shade back from my Geo. I went to the bottom of Forgotten Crossroads to the right, and killed this boss you're supposed to fight at the very beginning of the game, which led to another section of a town that I just sort of neglected. Why am I doing this, you might ask? Because in Deep Nest, I couldn't see without the lantern. This is the way you get a lantern. You have to go into this town, and you have to save a dude named Sly in this house just by, like, shaking him out of it. And see, he's the goat, comes back to the surface, and he has a shop. So, also, here's a shortcut, or a little secret way to this place called the Blue Lake, which is also where Quarrel's questline ends and gives us an achievement. So here's my boy Quarrel. There we go, get the achievement witness, head back to town, meet with Sly, and we buy this stupidly overpriced frickin' lantern, and a bunch of other stuff too. So the mask shard gave us protected for getting our first complete mask. We bought the lantern so we can see in the dark, and we left, because I don't have money for that shit right now. Anyways, I headed back to Deep Nest with my newfound ability to see shit, and it was, oh wow, it wasn't that bad, once you could see. Yeah, screw that thing. Holy shit, most annoying mob. So currently I was making my way to the furthest west, furthest left you can get in the game essentially, because there is Hera the Beast, the last dreamer, who's also Hornet's mother, and she resides in, I had to crack my neck real quick, I forgot what it's called, like it's like a town or something, Distant Village, that's what it is. So there's a stag here, which I immediately sought to get before I forgot, because I did not want to walk all the way here. Holy shit, that would take forever. No bench, though. So we enter the giant bulbous sack thing, and there's a bunch of freaking weirdos who don't say anything. And I sit on their bench, right? And I'm getting molested. I got molested. So anyways, they took me to their weird sex dungeon, and yeah, I sort of just escaped. No ditty for me, no thanks. Right? There's a girl up here too, which is pretty sick. Sort of just progress through these super narrow passageways, and also, oh my gosh, here's this most, yo, I hate these things so much. So it's that mean asshole is blocking the way, and he does 2 damage with every hit, including contact damage. So I'm sitting here playing it mega safe, just like baiting attacks and then running away until he dies. Anyways, here's Hera the Beast, sleeping it up. Alright, screw you. I'm absorbing your essence. Thank you. That is all 3 dreamers down, and the seal to the black egg completely broken. Which means I'm fully capable of beating the game now. So yeah, flip ya. Also gives me the achievement the beast. So I head back to Forgotten Crossroads. And then I realized that's not the way I wanted to go, so I'm back to Dirt Mountain actually because it's closer. And I went to the right. And here we are, gamers. The black egg. So this is like the end of the game, sequential wise, but it's not actually the end of the game because I only have a calm of like 30%. I was just beating the game here to lock down the achievement speedrun and speedrun 2, which is 1 in 10 hours and 1 in 5 hours, but I beat it in like 3 or something. Also, that gives me my percentage, so I can check my percentage now, which I'm at a smooth 37. So anyways, we enter the Hollowness, like, entrapment or whatever. We free him because he looks cool, right? I'm just gonna let the fight play out, so enjoy. Every single time he yells, that is the denotion of the next phase, and I think he has about 5 or 6 phases. And by the end of the fight, he starts to kill himself, simply because his conscience is coming back from the infection, and he understands, I don't want to be alive, and I guess I want to help this guy, which is me in this case. Also, he's a little fucking parry spammer. Goodness gracious. This dude parries everything. Also, yeah, you can see he's just pretty much all infection, like all those little bulbous, nasty freaking sacks. As you can see, by the end of the fight, he's not even trying. He just wants us to win and to put him out of his misery. It's pretty sad. But we kill him and we absorb the infection that he was storing within, essentially replacing him and taking his job as the Hollow Knight. Also, there's a little flash of a moth there, which is the true cause of the infection, and we'll deal with that later in the true ending. But this is the regular ending, and essentially the bad ending, where we become trapped, encased in the black egg, essentially taking the job of the Hollow Knight to hold inside the infection to protect the rest of Hollow Nest. So anyways, that gives us the Hollow Knight ending and both speedrun endings, 37% in a time of 3 hours and 51 minutes. So not bad. Now, it was time to get 100%. Also unlock Steel Soul mode, which is related to a couple other achievements, but we'll talk about that later. So now, we can open the save and immediately go back to Slide to buy a bunch of shit. So, I will take a Vessel Fragment, thank you, and leave because I realize I'm broke. And we go back to the Crystal Peaks because his, or a, shopkeeper's key was there, which was actually his, and it expands his shop. And then we go back to where we beat that guy on the bench, and we use our double jump to get up to a previously inaccessible area, which leads to the second variant of this guy, which is the exact same attack pattern and exact same attacks, except now it's orange because it does 2 damage instead of 1. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have much to say about this boss. It was pretty freaking easy. So, gave us a shit ton of money. Thank you, economy, and a mask shard. Thank you. Also use a double jump to get up to this previously inaccessible area again in the top right of the Crystal Peaks. Which leads us to these weird new shooty dudes who are kind of irritating, but it's whatever. And we slowly progress up the top of a mountain. Like, I mean, it's called the Peaks, but it's clearly a mountain of some sort. So we go up here with a double jump. And just sort of keep exploring. Another use of C-dash here. Straight into a damn mob's face. Owie. And finally we make it to the top, which unlocks a new subzone called Hollowness Crown, dude. Holy dyslexic. Anyways, gives another pale ore, so it's another means of upgrading the nail, which is sick. And then we head to the bottom right instead of heading straight north, which leads us to this freaking... I don't even know what this is, but it's annoying as hell. So I kill him, get the grub, head out of that chunk. At this point, I'm sort of just randomly exploring for new stuff, which I find here because I required the lantern before, which I now have, so I can actually see shit. This leads to another shaman, and how's my finger? This is the ground pound shaman. So it's a really linear zone with like some parkour and some mobs and stuff. It's called the crystallized mound. I sort of just sped run through it. There's actually a grub here, so I collect that first, of course, because I gotta save all my little grub buddies. And at the end of it is a crystallized shaman. We break her free, and instead of freeing her, it just like frees her essence or some shit, or its essence, which gives us the upgrade, Descending Dark. So now we have D-Dark, which is pretty overpowered because it gives you a ton of iframes. Anyways, I don't use it. So anyways, I drop down the giant pit before the shaman's home, and it leads me right back to the resting grounds. And I immediately run this guy's hands. This is one of the Dreamer Warriors. There's 7 of them, I believe. I have to kill them all for achievements, percentages, and essence. So, it's just 7 cool Dream-esque boss fights that you have to have the nail, the Dream Nail, to awaken. Anyways, this guy's not special. He's pretty boring. So, he goes down without much of a hassle and gives us some essence. Anyways, I go back to the resting grounds because I realize, oh, there's an easy charm here that is a part of the DLC that I literally just didn't grab that you get for free. Then I revisit this here with a little bit more essence to get the pale ore mainly. She gives us some other stuff, but I just wanted the pale ore. Another charm, so that's cool. That's all I could get from her for now. Then I head to the glade. Yep, Spirit's Glade. The tree here. I get that to get even more essence, because again, I need about 2400 essence to get all of the achievements and items related to essence, which is kind of a lot. So, yeah, every chance I get, I'm going to be collecting some. Also, reaching 600 there gave me the achievement Attunement, which I didn't even know existed. I also don't know what that does, but yeah, cool. I went back to the Broken King station because there was that secret area behind the rubble in the wall, so I decided it was about time to explore that. And immediately off rip, there was a grub, so that's sweet. Which, this place led to a new zone called Kingdom's Edge, which I sort of just wandered aimlessly, and oh my gosh, it's everyone's favorite enemy, the Primal Aspid. Find this guy's butt, slap it a little bit, talk to him, try to dream nail him, and he just has aura because he knows I'm trying to get into his brain, and he stops it. So I walk away because that's scary. I keep exploring this zone. There's a bunch of these weird, like, hopper things, which drop a lot of money for how easy they are to kill. So that's cool. Anyways, once I reach the top left, there's a shortcut, as well as a shit ton of bomb birds that I have to run past before I get absolutely eviscerated. And a giant worm. And inside of said worm is the Colosseum of Fools, which is essentially a giant... It's like a giant preset gauntlet that you run 3 different variations of difficulty on. So the Trial of the Warrior is the first one, and I don't really show a whole lot of footage in these because it's literally just like mob spawning and you killing said mobs. So that is it. There's nothing else of interest happening. If you want to see them, shoot, just ask. I can show you the boring, like, 45 minutes of footage that's just me killing stuff over and over again, and then when I die, killing it from the beginning again. Yeah, it's like a little arena that just sort of changes each, like, tick. So, that's cool. Oh, that guy just killed himself. So, yeah. Here's these little disgusting oozing dudes that then blow up because, again, everything has HIV now, genuinely. We have some grandmothers, nothing too crazy. This is only trial 1, so it's not really meant to be hard. I think trial 2 is the hardest, in my opinion. Trial 3 is kind of a joke because it ends with this cool boss called the God Tamer, and that name overhypes the hell out of her because she is not no damn tamer, especially not of any gods. Like, the thing she tamed is, like, kind of a joke. Anyways, here's our final boss of the zone, Zote the Mighty. Yep, I'm dead serious. This is the ending of the first gauntlet. Which gives us the achievement Rivalry for fighting Zote in the Gauntlet, and Warrior for beating the first one. And a Charm Notch, which was sweet. And some cash, obviously. So we waste no time running the second trial, which I don't even remember what it's called, but yeah. So I'm just bombarded with these hopper things, and obviously they're no trouble for me because I'm the freaking go. Also because they're not really a hard mob. And there's a big one, which is cool. You can just strafe him infinitely like this, so... Woohoo. So difficult. Anyways, there's a grub. Just kidding, it's fake. Because why would they give us nice things like an actual grub, right? So, the real challenge of this gauntlet or trial lies in its ending, which is 2 Abalabo bosses. These things are so damn annoying. Oh my gosh. I don't really hit hard enough to kill them super fast, and I don't have any upward attack abilities yet. So... it's kind of a pain to get close to them because they just shoot in random directions. That's their whole gimmick. Oh, and also, when you kill one of them, the other one gets a health buff, a speed buff, and an attack buff. So he just does everything faster. At least doesn't do 2 damage though, because that would suck. See, this is the bullshit I'm pulling. I'm like trying to Neo the junk, but it's just not working. As you can see, I'm getting my ass beat. And I got down to 1 HP. And my nuts were in my freaking throat, bro. I was like, oh. Hands were sweaty. Knees weak, arms are sweaty. No vomit on my sweater, because I don't really wear sweaters in my house. But anyways. Not even close, you know? I mean, I was just doing it for the content, just giving y'all a little bit of scare. Holy freaking airball. What the hell was that? Wow, I was like really getting my ass kicked. Oh my gosh, he put me back to 1 HP again. Oh man. Wow! What did I just do? Oh, okay. Yeah, so that was pretty close. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I did. So, anyways, I knew that I could only do up to Trial 2, and the whole reason I wanted Trial 2 anyways was because the reward is a freaking pale ore. Let's go. There's 6 of these total. I think I've collected 3 by this point. Yeah, I believe I collected 3. Anyways, I continue exploring the... Wow, I forgot what this zone is called. Kingdom Edge. Found another essence tree, and I just, you know, get it done, because I really need essence. So, yep. And unfortunately, in the midst of me trying to do this, I fell off screen. Which just, it didn't reset it. It just means I have to go back up there and activate the tree again and then find the one I was missing. Which I do later, so don't even worry about it. But yeah, you can see I made a pretty penny from the trials. I'm at 4,100. That sounds kind of weird. Anyways, I'm at 4,100. So I continue exploring to the right of Kingdom Edge. Because, like, there's got to be something useful here. And there is. There's this weird tent. Not tent, I don't even know. Weird enclosure. And there's this funky dude named Oro. And he's a nail master. And there's 3 nail masters in this game. Or 4 if you include Nail Master Sage, which is Sly. But basically, you pay them. They teach you a new ability to use with your nail. They're all pretty ass, I'm not gonna lie. But you need them for 1% each, so it's whatever. Past him, though, is a breakable hole. Or a breakable floor. So I just make my way through that, just sort of getting soul and then using D-Dark. And at least this giant meatball geo thing, which is the only one of its kind in the whole game, which gives me 420 geo. Again, sweet. Anyways, through that hole in the floor, there's a little bit more to the left, so I just sort of checked that out. It's pretty miserable. Anyways, it leads to the right of this, like, giant beehive, and then to the right of that, there's this dead beetle dude who gives me Quick Slash, which is arguably the best charm in the game. It literally just makes you swing really fast, so... I love it, I love it, I love it. So, I actually go back over here, and this is, oh my gosh, I lost footage of this, but essentially you have to read this thing while having Spore charm equipped, and it activates this stupid quest line with this stupid mushroom named like the Herald or some shit. I don't know. I actually lost footage of me getting that ending, even though I have the achievement, so I'm sorry if you were super interested in seeing that, but I don't have it. So anyways, I go a little bit up more into the right, and I find this place that you can only access with double jump, which means it's of importance, so... This sign tells me there's a bench up here. I go up, I get the bench, there's a bunch of dead dudes. Sucks to be them, I guess, so... whatever. Keep progressing, keep progressing, keep progressing. Oh hey, look at that, Tornit. Alright, so this is our second fight with Hornet because for some reason she decides to, you know, you lose once, let's fight again. And she's like, you have to claim responsibility of Hollow Knight's past. And I was like, lady, I have no idea what you're talking about, but you're trying to fight. She also likes to parry, just like Hollow Knight. Oh my god, I hate enemies that can parry you. That is genuinely so frustrating. Like, Twin, you should not have that ability. That is overpowered as hell. So I fought on her with my Spore ability and sort of just take it slow. She's not too much different from the first Hornet fight. She just has like 2 new abilities, like parrying and the spike traps, and that's literally it. That's all she has that's different. It's kind of stupid. And like a lot more health. So here's the spike traps, but you can just break them by swinging your nail. So she's not anything hard. Defeating her gave us proof of resolve, so that's another achievement in the bag. And I'm not gonna listen to your spiel, lady, but whatever. Past her is this funky egg thing, which gives us the King's Brand, which you need to get into the Abyss. So we go do that after this, but first we get crushed, and then she saves us because she's a tsundere, and she like actually likes us, but she doesn't show it. I don't know, she's weird. Anyways, I keep exploring this place while I'm here. I think this is a grub if I had to guess. Yep, found the grub, sweet, which gives us grub friend, which I think means we found half of the total grubs in Hollowness, so that's like 24? I don't really know. I don't know how many there are. I thought there was like 40 something. Maybe 21. Maybe. I don't know. Google it if you want. Anyways, I complete that essence tree that I had missed out on earlier because I fell. And then I just sort of leave because I don't really find anything else of interest there. Head back to City of Tears. Head back down. We're going all the way to Ancient Basin because that's where the Abyss door is. Oh yeah, and here's this. So I decided to actually donate to it, which took 3,000 of my dollars. I don't know what I'm donating for, but it better go to good use or good cause. Anyways, it gives me the last vessel fragment I need for an upgrade to my soul containers. Which gives me soulful. So that's pretty sick. I also use the tram because I can do that now with the tram pass. And if you go to the right with the tram in there, it leads to the Hive, which is a new zone, kind of. It's really small, but it is still technically its own area. So here's a grub. I get him before entering the actual main section of the Hive. But first, I think I actually get another grub because I was just on my grub fiend. So there you go. There's another one. Then I actually enter the Hive. Now, the Hive is an extremely linear subsection. It's not much of interest here. There's a boss, there's one bench, there's a mask shard, and 2 grubs, both of which I had already gotten. And after defeating the boss, you simply get a charm. So I don't think I really show much of this zone because it's stupid as hell. Oh, just kidding, there's also an essence tree, which I, of course, get because I'm a freaking essence fiend. So I have to get one of these big old fatties to ram into this wall here because they're the only way to break it. Don't know why he went backwards, but this guy does it for me. Thank you, bud. Get another mask shard. That's 2 of 4 on our way to 7 masks. I think there's a total of 9 masks you can get. Anyways, go up here. There's a little secret C-dash double jump thing, which I'm pretty sure leads to another grub. And yeah, here's the boss. I think his name is Hive Knight or something. He's just sort of a filler boss. He's not really that cool or anything. He has really basic attacks and he's pretty stupid. Also, he's really weak. So Oh wow, he's dead. Right, so he's not that cool. Anyways, he's cool, but he's just not. He's not that cool. Anyways, past him is the high blood charm, and that's literally it. So I just immediately leave because I have no interest in being there. And now, if we go to like the very bottom of the ancient basin, there's this door that has the King's brand symbol on it, and it unlocks for us because we now have the King's brand. And now we enter the most southern zone of the game, the Abyss. Right, so that's neat, I guess. Oh, don't try to shortcut. So yeah, here's the Abyss. This place is full of void-esque mobs because this is just where they reside. So there's a bunch of tendrils, which is gross. And these things, which have the entry note in the Hunter's Journal, sibling, for good cause, because we are essentially related to them, as they are siblings. So I activate this lighthouse, which disables the giant void tendril lake, so I can actually go on and explore the right side of this area. Which leads to this disgusting little black bath of ink, which I decide to happily get into, and I just sort of absorb it because, I don't know, my skin is like really porous or something. Anyways, that unlocks the ability Shade Cloak, which, holy shit, this is a game changer. We now have iframes. We just have given iframes within our dash, so we can go through shade gates and literally through attacks. So I go to the top here, and this is not without reason. You have to read this little thing on the wall, and this just gives you the entry and the master entry for void tendrils, because they're not actually a mob you can kill. So here's Hornet. Oh my god, about yada yada. What's up, Hornet? You know? How you doing, girl? You're just saying random nonsense? Alright, see ya. So I'm making my way back to Deepness for some more completion purposes, because I did not do a lot of the shit here. So I'm assuming I'm just gonna speed run through most of this. Yep. So up here was this cool little like obstacle, like wipeout course type thing. You just had to pogo on these two dudes for a while, which is pretty easy, and it leads to a vessel fragment. So that's one of 3 for our second one, so that's good. And also, furthermore, exploring, there was a shade gate in the zone, which, yeah, you can see it forces you to actually shade dash through things, since you wouldn't have the ability to get through them without it. This leads to a pretty cool charm that I don't think I use at all, actually, even though it's really cool. I don't know why I don't use it. It's called Sharp Shadow. It just means whenever you shade dash, you just, like, become a knife, basically, and do damage, which is cool. But I never use it because I'm stupid. Anyways, in some weird little ass crack of this shitty place, there's this dreamer boss called, or dreamer warrior called Galleon. And I hate him. So, yeah, that's about it. He throws freaking pizza cutter blades at you while spinning them, and he summons up to 3 of them in his final phase, and that's literally all he does. He's an asshole. Don't be like him when you grow up. No one likes him. Or maybe people do, but I sure as hell don't. Right, so Galleon's dead. That gives us some essence or whatever, which we're getting to a good amount at this point. How much did they give us? 200, yes. So we're at 80. It's not bad. Anyways, take my way back towards the distant village-esque area, and there's a secret wall behind this guy, which leads to this little subsection called Weaver's Den, which I think Hornet was born here or something, or Hornet has some relation here. I don't know. Anyways, we got the Charm Weaver song, which summons those little spider babies, which I don't use because that's weird and gross. Anyways, here's a grub. I make sure he's real because you can use your dream nail to do that. If they say home, then they're real. If they say anything else, then they're fake. So I continue exploring. There's this little secret wall to the left here, which leads to a grub, which leads to another secret wall, which is just, it's just a path of like walls basically, and they lead to something interesting. Yeah, that was me. So we're like chasing me, but not me. He's like a fake me. You'll see. That is fucking disgusting. He just freaking grew a pregnant belly. So yeah, this is Nosk. Arguably one of the coolest designed bosses in the entire game. It's too bad he's really easy and really stupid, because you can just sit in this corner and face tank half of his attacks. So, yeah, he's neat and kind of creepy, but he doesn't really need to do anything cool. He does like 3 different attacks. So there you go. Nosk goes down without much of a fight. And as you can see all his victims in the background, he would lure a bunch of creatures here and eat them, or whatever, which is pretty freaky. Or not even eat them, you just hang them up. Anyways, past him is another pale ore, which I think is either 4 of 6 or 5 of 6. I think it's 4 of 6. So we're getting there. Here's another secret wall, because Deep Nest just has a shitload of these for some reason. I don't know why. It leads to 3 grubs. One of them, or no, 4. One of them is fake. I didn't really care. I just sort of wanted to kill all of them anyways with D-Dark. Anyways, I take that shortcut back to the fungal waste that I had gotten earlier. And yeah, here's the Mushroom Herald and his first little meeting. I don't even have all of these on film. I literally don't even think I have the second one on film. I sort of just lost it. But yeah, you find this guy in 6 locations. You poke him while wearing the Shroom Charm. He says some weird things that are super cryptic and then just frickin' disappears. And yeah, he has an ending, by the way. Frick that guy. Seriously. Anyways, here's another essence tree. Anyways, I found this new little weird section that I hadn't unlocked before, or I hadn't gone to anyways, which drops straight down to the top of Deep Nest, which leads to a mask shard, which is 3 of 4. Also found this other little zone with a Dash Master Charm and also a secret wall to the left, which frees some woman that I could have freed way earlier for like a questline and an achievement and a mask shard. So I am just a neglectful guy. But it's also because, as I said, I was trying to get the speedrunner achievements out of the way. Since, you know, you have to speedrun the game to get them, right? So I didn't want to F that up. Right, so at least this lady who's like, I was gonna say Bretta. So we free her from her weird mind fog or whatever. And we find in some crevice another dream warrior named Elder who is again not a cool boss. Literally just uses discs. It's so stupid. Like, it's cool, but it's like, you know, I feel like I attribute difficulty to cool factor, and a lot of these bosses aren't difficult, so they don't really seem that cool. But still very useful, because it gives a good amount of essence. So, need that. And another essence tree that I collect all of, because I'm an essence fiend. Ah. I make my way back to Fall Canyon, and I actually head up using a shortcut to the crossroads. And then I break through this little wall in the middle below the grub area, which I could have done this way sooner again, but it just leads to this, this little back area with a boss fight right here. The Brooding Moloch, which this boss is so stupid. It has 2 attacks, it swipes at you, it spits at you, that's literally it. So we kill it, and he gives us a Mask Shard, which is 4/4 for our 7th Mask Shard. So that's sweet, we're moving up in the world. Anyways, jumping back to Fog Canyon, because there was a lot I had to do here. Well, not really a lot, but there was just a bunch of stuff I skipped earlier. I was basically trying to navigate this room because these little orange bubbles blow up and deal 2 damage, and the big jellyfish blow up and do 2 damage as well. And you have to navigate this entire room like that. So, anyways, this leads to a charm notch. I don't know how many there are in the game, but this is our 3rd one, I'm pretty sure, so that's cool. Also just do like some really simple timing jumps with this electricity stuff, which leads to a new zone. Oh, actually no, I lied. Leads to the Overground Mound, which is another Shaman Mound, which unlocks a new ability, which is the Upward ability I was talking about, which is Howling Wraiths. So we can just sort of attack upward a bunch, which is pretty good. Anyways, I got the Shade Gate and down, or just kidding, like what am I doing? This leads to a new zone called the Queen's Gardens, which is essentially a more upgraded variant of Green Path, and everything is stronger. Oh hey, here's Cloth. Haven't seen her in a while. Here's another gauntlet with these weird mantis enemies. And yet another essence tree. So, anyways, I continue down, and I find this weird long hallway with this dead guy who looks like a city dweller from the City of Tears. Gives me the love key. That's useful for later. I find a grub. I don't know why I thought the scrub was fake. It was behind a hidden wall. Anyways, I find another grub. Also don't know why I thought the scrub was fake. But I save both grubs, and then I end up finding another Dream Warrior. Again, this guy's just a... Dude, like, the Dream Warrior bosses in this game are so underwhelming. Like, look at this. This is the boss fight. He's a freaking bouncing ball. That's it. Like, are we serious? Anyways, that's Marmu defeated, who was basically like the Queen's Guardian, or Queen's Guard, or whatever. He led to a tram, so that's sweet. Got the tram for this place. And I immediately take it upon myself to leave and invade Bretta's house. In her house, there is a Mask Shard. And I just sort of leave, because I just want the Mask Shard. And then I check out Cornifer Shop, and I buy every single freaking map, which gives me the achievement Cartographer. And as you can see, he's asleep because we've unlocked every single map in the game, so he doesn't need to do his job anymore. He can retire or take a break or whatever. Anyways, head back to Queen's Garden, explore a little bit more, do this stupid ass room. I got my ass beat. That's why I'm at 2 masks, dude. I was getting slapped around silly for a freaking grub. Here is another essence tree, which I just couldn't even do because I didn't have the shortcut on the right side, so whatever, we'll get back to it later. I do the Shade Gate, which of course means it's leading to something progression-wise, and it leads to this weird chapel-esque room with some, like, mantis things. I don't know what they are. They're like upgraded mantises, kind of. Oh yeah, and here's the homie Cloth. So, she's just helping me deal with this little gauntlet, which is nice of her. That's just a part of her questline. Her questline doesn't even have an achievement. I just sort of, like, did it on accident because I just found her throughout the map and spoke to her. Anyways, here's the big Mamba Jamba, the Trader Lord boss. So, this boss is slightly harder than most other bosses because it does 2 damage with every hit. Like, every hit, not just... So Cloth sacrificed herself, but she killed him in doing so, which gave us the achievement Execution. So, she's the true GOAT, true MVP of the story. Here's some weird egg sack, which leads to the queen, who is actually our mother. I don't know, man. So, the queen's our mother. She gives us a piece of a charm called the White Fragment. So, we take that because we need that for the true ending. We talk with Cloth's ghost. She was, like, happy that she went out like a true warrior, so that's cool, I guess. I visited Green Path again because I had a lot to explore since I had skipped majority of it using that speedrunner skip. Especially the super hard boss. Yeah, this is the boss. It died in I think 5 hits. So awesome sauce, right? Anyways, another grub. Sick. Now we have this weird. Like, you're not supposed to have ease mist here. You're supposed to bounce off of these things' backs, but I have ease mist here, so I can literally just swim in it. Anyways. Vessel fragment at the top of this room, which is sweet. That's 2 out of 3 for our second one, which is awesome. Anyways, in Green Path, found this weird sort of, stone sanctuary, which leads to another Dreamer warrior called No Eyes, which, as the name suggests, she has no eyes, and this is her whole attack. She literally teleports in the room, summoning, like, fuck, I don't even know what those are, dude. It's like ghosts or something, and she just summons them, and you have to attack her while dodging the ghosts that just pan around the screen. This is a stupid fight. 5 out of 10 did not like. So she's dead. More essence for us. Yippee. Screw that boss. We're at 1400, and also past her is another mask shard. So now we're at 2 of 4 again for our 8th one. And also, exploring more of Green Path, found the grub that I missed, and here is the Hunter. So he's related to 2 achievements. He's the reason I've been killing all the mobs that I see, and a bunch of them at that, because you need to get every single entry codex for the Hunter's Journal. And you need to complete every single entry. So you need to kill like 20 of every mob. So yeah, yippee. Anyways, to the top right of Green Path, next to where I originally saved Zote from the Vengefly King, there are 2 balders, which I just sort of neglected. Yeah, because this is really stupid. So you kill them, and there's a bunch of shells, and you get a charm called Balder's Shell. Who would have thought? Saved another grub. And went to the left of where we saved Zote, which led to a, not new zone, but a zone that we didn't really check out that much, the Howling Cliffs. We had technically entered the zone because it's at the beginning of the game, but I hadn't actually been here yet. So it's sort of just a collection of mountainous climbing, and that's it. So here's a secret wall, leads to this weird bug sack thing. We hit it with the Dream Nail, which activates the greatest DLC, Grim Troop. So after unleashing the devil spawn upon the world, I go to fight this thing, Gorb, or something. I forgot his name. I don't know, Gorb the Almighty, or like the super smart, or some shit. I don't know. He's like Einstein, but if Einstein was a bug, but if Einstein also couldn't speak any language that anyone else can understand, he's a stupid fight. Again, I feel like most of the Dreamer Warriors are just like dumb. Like I did not like them. They were just boring and easy. So he's dead. I think it's either 5 of 7 or 6 of 7, like genuinely. So he's dead. We're at 1500 essence. Sweet. Go directly right of him. There's like nothing here. This place is super small, but there is a little path under there, which I take, which leads me to Nailmaster Matzo, the brother of Oro. So we learn his Nailmaster art, which is actually free, which is pretty cool. Right, so anyways, got a Nailmaster art, another one, which I don't plan on using, so this is where Corner Fort would have been if I actually visited this place sooner. And more dark rooms. Yay, my favorite. So we pass through this stupid dark room, which leads to a bunch of weird blue stuff, which is a part of the other DLC, Lifeblood, which leads to, I think, Joni's Blessing. So that's a charm, which you need to get another charm later, which, yeah. But it's a percent, right? So that's cool. And there's another essence tree, and as you know, I love essence, so I'm gonna collect it all. Fast forward, I'm back in Green Path exploring stuff that I had neglected earlier, which leads me back to the Lake of Un, because I couldn't do anything here since I didn't have Yzma's charm, or Yzma's tear. But now because I have a tear, I can swim underneath the rocks there, which leads me to this dude, which I think is Un, actually. Pretty sure this is the guy, the man that made the legend, or the thing that made the legend. So I get his charm, that gives me Enchanted, which is collecting, I don't know, like a certain number of charms. It's like a lot of them. I take a left and down, and I enter this new, weird, stupid gimmick zone where you're supposed to use C-Dash and, like, pogoing to, yeah, circumnavigate the bullshit that is Thorns. Which I do, flawlessly, of course. Anyways, we just sort of make our way through this zone, which leads to, who does it lead to? Oro, I think? Yeah, leads to the last Nailmaster, the third of the brothers, Nailmaster Oro, who's actually a painter, but he's still the GOAT, so he teaches us Great Slash, which is pretty cool. That's all 3 of the nail arts completed. So, yeah, find another grub. And now I head to the Stag Nest because I had unlocked every single Stag Station, which unlocks the secret station called Stag Nest, which gives us, or leads to 2 achievements. It leads to the achievement Hope, because the stags might still be alive because he thought his species were dead, and the last of the Vessel Fragment for our second one. Now we only need 3 more. Anyways, following that, we make our way back to Sly, and because we've, met all of his students, he gives us Nailmaster's Glory, a charm that makes charging up nail arts faster. So, I buy pretty much everything he offers to sell, as much as I can buy anyways. So now we're at 3 of 4 for our 8th mask, which is sweet. And realizing that I'm a little bit low on funds, I decided to pay a visit to our grubs. And because I have saved, I don't know, like freaking 35 grubs, they give me another mask shard. So now I'm at 8 masks total, 1 less than the maximum, and a shit ton of money, and a charm, and a rancid egg, and a hollow seal, and a pale ore. So now we are at, if not all 6 pale ores, 5, right? So that's pretty good. Now with all this new geo, we buy literally everything Sly has to offer, which includes like another mail thing, another mask thing, and some other stuff. Anyways, I buy a couple of badges or markers from Gornifer's wife, and continue on my journey. I spend a trip. I visit back to Forgotten Crossroads to a little section I missed, getting 2 of 3 for the final soul vessel, I then visit, I forgot this dude named, like, Keith, like, or something. I think it's Keith. Keith? Yeah? I don't know. Relic Hunter dude. I sell him all my relics for a shite ton of Geo, because, you know, Geo makes the world go round, or, you know, something like that. Anyways, I take a visit to the nailsmith, I upgrade my nail again, and then I realize I'm too broke for the final upgrade, so I go back and I sell even more relics. I actually end up just selling all of them, I'm pretty sure, which takes forever, because, wow, you have to go through this dialogue option every single goddamn time. Like, are we serious? I didn't even sell the last bit. But, there you go. For 4,000 Geo and 3 Pale Ore, we can get to the final nail. Which, he... Okay, he asks us to kill him, like to strike him down using it. I don't, because there's 2 achievements. There's one for keeping him alive, and there's one for killing him. I get the one for killing him in Steel Soul mode, but I don't have footage of that because I didn't record my Steel Soul run, because it's just playing the game again. Anyways, I visit the Seer, I get the final Vessel Fragment out of all Vessel Fragments in the game, I get the Dream Gate ability, I get the Awakened Nail ability, and another Arcane Egg, and the Mask Shard. So now we're at 3 of 4. Now the final Mask Shard requires this side quest with, oh my gosh, the Grey Mourner. Essentially, this person gives you a delicate flower to carry across the entire map to put on a grave. So, yeah, and you can't fast travel or get hit. So, while I'm doing this venture, I visit Salubra, and I buy the last of the charm notches and charm that I'm missing. I can only buy 1 more charm notch now, and as I'm going, I get hit, and the flower gets broken. So I have to restart the quest. But I do it second try. You have to travel all the way to Queen's Garden on foot from the very right side of the map for this quest. Anyways, that's the Trader Lord's son. Now what do you get for doing that? A Mask Shard. So, yeah, I guess it was worth it to win. Oh, also an achievement, so it's pretty worth it. So we get Soulless here, and I think we get, like, Masked or something, whatever it's called. I don't know. Yeah, Masked, for collecting all Mask Shards, 9 of 9, so that's pretty sweet. Now, we visit the Tower of Love from Kingdom's Edge, because we got the Love Key earlier from Queen's Garden, and this leads to this... This is literally Diddy. Like, this is deadass the embodiment of Diddy. This guy captures grubs and creatures that he finds enticing, and he is just the void. And he just captures them, and he puts them in giant glass jars. What does he do with those glass jars? What does he do while looking at them? What does he do in his spare time? I don't know. Some freak shit. So, yeah, we kill this guy. He has 2 attacks. He summons creatures, and he nips at you. He's pretty easy. Freaking freak, bro. Anyways, yeah. Upon killing him, you get, well, first of all, you get Obsession. You free 3 grubs immediately, and you get an item called the Collector's Map, I believe. Yeah, so this just tells us where the remaining grubs are. So I'm gonna utilize that to collect the remaining grubs, obviously. But now that I'm stronger and I have way more masks and max vessels and max nail, I pay a visit back to the Trial of the Fool to complete that. This trial is honestly, in my opinion, easier than the second one, and I probably could have done this earlier game. I was just worried about it because I thought it was going to be harder. It's not, like, at all. It's actually really easy. So, yeah. The ending of this trial is a boss, as I said, God Tamer, which is just this woman with, like, this lizard creature. But if you kill the lizard creature, you just win. You don't even have to kill the woman. Like, it doesn't do anything. So, yeah. But, pretty easy fight, pretty weak boss. And our reward for completing the Trial of the Fool is a ton of money, as well as achievement. So yeah, I don't think we actually get anything. You just get a bunch of money and an achievement called Fool. Anyways, I take a visit back to Soul Sanctum and use the elegant key I bought from Sly to open up this area, which leads to a mini boss, a Soul Warrior. We kill him with ease because we're overpowered. Examine this shaman body. It yells at us. It dies. We absorb it. And now we have an upgraded version of our Cum Blast. And now it's Black Cum Blast, which does a ton of damage. So, yeah. Probably should have gotten this earlier game, but whatever. And now here's a short summarization of me saving some grubs. And we go back to Dung Defender's bed, and we wake him up. Or no, we go into his dream world. We fight a dream version of him, which is him in his prime when he was White Defender for the King's Guard, including the 5 in the back, which gives us the achievement memory and a bunch of essence. I know I'm sort of speeding through this, but it's just because I'm cleaning up the game for 100%, and there's a lot going on. I don't want to just go through everything individually, or else this video would be 7 hours long. Whew, that was a mouthful. Anyways, yeah, pretty cool fight, pretty weak though. So, now with that, we explore the rest of the sewers, because we were here anyways, and we find the Flukemarn boss, which is like, not a boss. Like, I don't even have to cut. That's how fast this boss dies. Like, that was, I think, literally 10 seconds. Anyways, save another grub. Anyways, save another grub. I'm using the collector's map to find these. So, then, I go back to Failed Champion, who whooped my ass earlier, and now I'm the ass whooper, because I have a ton of health and do a ton of damage, and have a super long nail and swing super fast. So he was a joke. We get the achievement Strength and more essence. Then we visit this weird creepy dude in the fungal waste who, you know, he's like, you want to see something cool? So we're like, yeah, sure. And we buy 3 of his charms, which are fragile charms, which break when you die, but I don't plan on dying, and I also don't plan on using them, so I don't really care. But they count towards collection. So we do that. We save another grub in Green Path that we had missed. We save another grub, which is the final grub, which gives us the achievement Metamorphosis, which means we go back to the grubs. They give us even more money, because I don't know where the hell these dudes get this much money. But, you know, they have it, so whatever. Which also gives us the charm Goverfly's Elegy, which I don't plan on using, but with the newfound money, I go back to Salubra. I buy the last charm notch in the game. I can't buy her Blessing, because I'm missing 4 charms, as you can see. But here, I equip all of the Lifeblood-based charms, because you need them to open the Lifeblood door that's in the Abyss to get the final Lifeblood charm in the game. Whew. That was a mouthful. So anyways, we go into this cave, we navigate it, it's pretty simple, it's just some spikes and shit. And it gives us the Lifeblood Core, which is the final charm of the Lifeblood DLC. So that is also our 37th charm out of 40. We go to the left side of the Abyss, which allows us to upgrade our Abyssal, or our Wrath, or Howling Wraith ability to Abyssal Shriek. I don't know why it's this room. I don't know how you're supposed to guess that. I assume it's because those weird stones in the background. I have no idea. There's some lore implications. I don't get it. But we upgrade that. And now we begin Grim Troop DLC because, as I said, we're cleaning up for 100%. This DLC has 2 endings. The other ending I got in Steel Soul mode. You just, instead of fighting the final boss, you talk to an NPC and it just deletes the final boss and then ends the DLC and gives you another ending. That's besides the point. It's unimportant. It's uncool. This dude's sick. He gives us a charm called Grimchild. He forces us to go around the map and collect flames to then upgrade it. We're going to do that later. First of all, we're at 100%, which means I have to go beat the game again, because there's an achievement for beating the game on 100% sub 20 hours, so that's what I do real quick. And if you thought the Hollow Knight was easy the first time I fought him, he's even easier now, because I have way more health, deal way more damage, attack way faster. It's like a fucking nuclear bomb versus a newborn. And there you have it. The Hollow Knight beaten again for the second time. We're going to kill him quite a few times, actually, because there's quite a few endings. But he's dead. There's 100% in sub. I don't know if it's 20 or 10. I feel like it's sub 10, because 20 seems like way too much. Because I got completion and speed completion. So that was 100% of the game beat in sub whatever many hours. It only took 8 hours and 43 minutes. So yeah, sweet. But we aren't done yet. Now we need to get the last 12% for the 112% achievement. The first of which is fighting the Dream variant of the Soul Master earlier, which is the Soul Tyrant. It's the exact same fight, but he is faster and has more red balls. That's literally it. This guy was so damn stupid and so boring. The only one that was genuinely hard was the Failed Champion, and that's because I wasn't used to a big man moving like that. When you're 380, you should not be moving like that, bro. Anyways, Soul Tyrant goes down without much of a fight. Pretty easy. Gives us the achievement Mortality and a bunch more essence because, I don't know, we're just like absorbing their being. I don't really understand the lore. Anyways, thank you, buddy. Now we are at 500, which means we have enough to complete the awakening for the seer. But first we visit Bretta's house. And we go into this dream statue of Zote, which is only here because we saved Zote on the save. And she has like a weird obsession with him, which leads to develop this weird dream-like sequence. And yeah, it's kind of fucking freaky. So yeah, here's in her eyes what Zote is. But in actuality, he's kind of a wimp. So we have to fight this version of Zote because it gives us an achievement and more essence, but I mean, we don't need essence, so it's just an achievement at this point. He's not really hard, but that gives us the achievement Dark Romance. He's just kind of weird. So, anyways, we make our way back to Kingdom's Edge, and because we have Shade Dash now, we unlock another, and I believe the last Dream Warrior, actually, which is Markov, which, in my opinion, is the only somewhat hard Dream Warrior. Like, and he's not even hard in this version, he's hard in his Pantheon version, which I'll explain when we get there. But he's really easy. Like, I just put him in the corner here and just start dogging on him. But yeah, he's not very hard. He's just stupid and annoying, but definitely the cooler of the bunch. Like, I don't even think there's any cuts in this fight. I think this is literally just raw footage of me whooping that ass. Yep, he's dead. Okay. So, it's Markoth dead, all the Dream Warriors finished, all of the percents from Dream Warriors therefore gained, so that's sick. Thank you, bud. See ya. I'll be absorbing your essence now. Which we're literally at over 3,000, so we're gonna pay our last visit to the Seer, who I think at 1,800, she upgrades our Dream Nail to the Awakened Dream Nail, or Awoken Dream Nail, my bad, which we actually need to get the other half of the white fragment, or whatever. Also gives us the achievement Awakening, and then she sort of just kills herself. Like, I'm not kidding, she just, like, fucking dies. I have no idea, look at this. So anyways, there's Ascension for 2,400 essence. Now, we pay a visit back to this Royal Guard over here next to the White Palace and use our Awoken Dream Nail to break into his Sanctified Mind, which leads to another subsection called the White Palace, who would have thought, which, oh my gosh, this zone, a lot of it is cut out because it's literally just parkour, and it was like 2 hours of me dying, and I don't want to talk about it. So anyways, these guys all have entries, so just know that I farmed them to master the entries. So yeah, as you can see, there's some buzzsaws. I don't know why the hell a palace is built like this. Whose palace is built like this? Why? I have no idea, but screw you for building it like this. There is the Path of Pain, which I'm sure a lot of you already know about. It's just a sort of intense parkour section. I'm not doing that shit. You get a 5-second sequence for doing it. You don't get anything involving the story, you don't get any achievements, you get some lore. I'm good. You want to go see that? You go do it. Anyways, we have to activate these lights, as you see. So I activated both with only 2 HP left. Whew, that was close. But, yeah, so then after exploring the entire zone and doing a bunch of bullshit parkour, we get this elevator to the top, which leads us to our father. Dun, dun, dun. No, yeah, but that's the king. Who's our father? Who's dead now? And we beat his dead body, and we get the other half of the white fragment, which makes the king soul. Which is the last full charm we needed for the final ending, or for the true ending. So we equip the king soul, we go down to the abyss, a little secret in the abyss opens, which I don't really know the lore. I just know that this is the knight, or the vessel, however you refer to the main character. This is his birthplace. So as you can see, there's a bunch of dead masks clumped together that are just like ours because they were vessels in an attempt to make something like us. So, yeah. Here's our birthplace. Like, literally the egg we were born from. Yeah. So if we dream nail that John, we enter this, like, weird, hallucinogenic, mushroom-ass sequence. No cost too great. So, yeah, we're essentially gonna climb all the way back up from the void. After, like, finding out the truth of our birth or something, I think. I don't actually know. I just know that the king created us as half god, half void, as you will see from the dialogue sequence between the queen and him, as a means to protect Hollownest from the infection. So yeah, no will to break. No voice to cry suffering. Born of God and void. And this is in reference to us. So there's our older brother, somewhat, I think, who is the current Hollow Knight before he took on the infection. So, yeah, because he was trained to take on the infection. We weren't. We were kind of just like an accident baby or some shit. I don't know. But this, you shall... Anyways, yeah, you are the vessel, you are the Hollow Knight. Boom. Our King Soul transforms into the Void Heart, which gives us the achievement Void, and unlocks the ability to get the true ending. So that's what we go and do. So, you can't actually unequip Void Heart, but as you can see, Hornet is here, so she's going to help us get the true ending. And, yeah. So we go in, and we whip Hollow Knight's ass, nothing new. Now, upon whooping his ass, Hornet comes in, and we can enter his mind using the Dream Nail. And upon entering his mind... Oh, wow, this looks quite tranquil. Just kidding, we're fighting the fucking sun. So yeah, this is the coolest boss fight of all time. We get to fight the sun embodied as a moth, aka the Radiance. So this thing, or yeah, this creature or deity is the cause of the infection. So what we're trying to do is kill that lady to get rid of the infection source. And yeah, did I mention everything she does? Does 2 damage? Yay! She's not too hard. I'm pretty sure I actually first tried her. I just cut through the sequence because, wow, this fight is kind of long because she's kind of a tanky biatch. But yeah, as you can see, the void starts taking over. So the void, which is like all of our siblings and all of the stuff that's in the abyss. And there's the tendrils, see the grip in here. They're like, you freaking, and then she tries to escape, and we're like, nuh-uh, bitch. So we chase her. So yeah, we're just like genuinely pounding her to a pulp. Like, I'm talking black and blue. Like, she did not stand a chance. Beating her like she owed us money. I don't know why I'm saying her. I don't know why I identify a moth with like a female. Okay, wait, never mind. She's kind of whooping my ass. Hold on. Also, yeah, she can just summon like fucking light rays or some shit. But that's not the last you'll see of her, because we have to fight her in the Pantheon. Oh man, the Pantheon. I will talk about that when the footage gets to it. But look at this, these are all our siblings rising to freaking kill the cause of the infection. Boom! So, the Void grabs her, and our brother, who we entered the dream of, rips her fucking face open, and then we just start absolutely beating the shit out of her with our Void version. Like, look, see, we broke free from our vessel, and just became pure Void, and just started beating the hell out of her. Ultimately, we killed the infection, and we didn't really die. We sort of just became one with the Void as a cost of it, which unlocks the true ending, which I don't know the name of, actually, I forgot. Anyways, there it is. The Hollow Knight true ending. Sweet. Dream No More achievement unlocked. And there's actually another ending that we have to get where instead of entering his dream, we let Hornet come in here and then we kill him, like regular version, without entering the dream. And it's called Trap Siblings, and it's so... This is just stupid. This is stupid. I don't know why this is an ending. So look, instead of entering his dream, we just start beating his ass still. And Hornet gets fucked. And we just kill him as regular. And we absorb him as regular. And instead of it just being me trapped in here, I also trapped her. And that's why it's called Sealed Siblings, because she is like my half-sister or whatever the hell. I don't know. So yeah, as you can see, Hornet is stuck in there. Just over to the side, KO'd. As you can see, Hornet symbol is on the outside of the black egg, which is interesting. I don't really know what that implies, but whatever. So, yeah, that is the Sealed Siblings ending. Nice, that's all of the main endings, except for the Herald thing, which I don't even have footage of, sorry. So, anyways, now that we have all the charms, we can buy Salubra's Blessing, which is another achievement called Blessed, or whatever, and she just fucking gives us a smooch. It's kind of gross. Yay. Anyways, this just makes it so that we gain soul when we sit at benches, I'm pretty sure, which is nice. So, that's cool, I guess. I didn't really like the big grandma smooch, though. But anyways, we, oh yeah, it was time to actually do Grim Troop now, so we have to upgrade the Grim Child utilizing flames that we get from killing these weird stupid things around the map to upgrade Grim Child, to complete the ritual, to carry on Grim's legacy. It is a giant fucking headache. So I'm just going to cut through me killing all of them because it's literally me navigating the entire map and just killing things. So there's one. Here's two. Here's three. And upon getting all three flames for the first run, we go back to Grim Troop. And he upgrades the baby. Alright. So upon upgrading him, he's like, I need to do that again. So we're like, sure, bro. So, yep. We do it again. Here's one. And also they get stronger and they're further apart from each other. So, yeah. Here's two. And here's three. So upon getting all 3, we go back to Grim, and he's like, actually, my kin, come into my cloak. And actually, as for you, the vessel, run them fucking hands. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, we do. And this fight is so cool, dude. Oh my gosh. I don't want to glaze the DLC, but wow, this fight was so great. Pretty easy, unfortunately, but it is also the first boss fight of the DLC. It's not the second one. The second one is a little harder. But, yeah. He turns into a bat, he shoots crimson flames, he frickin' strikes at you. It's pretty neat. And the whole time there's this badass soundtrack playing. So, and these weird creepy dudes with masks in the background watching. So, run his fade, he's not too hard. So yeah, he's dead. Nothing too complicated there. And he's like, good bouts, good bouts. And if we actually dream name, he says something about the vessel. Yeah, so he knows that we are a vessel and that the king crafted us or whatever. And as a reward, he gives us a charm notch and an upgraded Grimchild, so that's cool. And he's like, dude, go do it again. Also, he's talking about some weird shit with our child. That ain't our child, that's yours. Gives us the achievement grand performance. We pick up the charm notch, and we get right back to it, killing more of these stupid flame bearers. There's 1. Here's 2. And here's 3. And that's the point where you can go and get the other ending if you want. I did that in a separate run that I don't have videotaped, so sorry, but it's boring. Anyways, we visit Grimbigrin, and he's sleeping. Oh, but there's dream particles. So we enter his dream, and here ensues the coolest boss fight of the entire goddamn game, without a doubt. So, I'm just going to let this play and let y'all watch this greatness of Nightmare King Grim. And there you go. First try, Nightmare King Grim defeated. There was a couple of close calls, but in all honesty, he's a very well choreographed boss, so he's not terribly difficult. And upon killing him, we technically continue the cycle, I believe, because our Grim child, ritual, is going to grow up to be that Grim again, and he just sort of infinitely revives himself. I don't know, he's weird and his lore is strange. Anyways, now that we were there, our last 4 percentages were from the Pantheons. The Pantheons are a DLC that is basically just boss rushes. Now, I do have the full footage of the boss rushes, but that is a lot of footage because I sucked a lot. So, we go to the end of the Trial of the Fools, to the right wall. It's a secret wall, leads to this hidden zone with this dude called the Pale Fool, who was essentially the last winner of the Trial of the Fools before us. We kill him, gives us a simple key, We go to the sewers, and the secret wall that you can break in the roof leads to a new subsection with a bunch of weird maggot creatures and disgusting shit, which is also one of the last mobs we needed to kill was here to complete our Keen Hunter, but not our True Hunter. Our True Hunter, that was a bunch of other bullshit because we had to kill a lot of things to get their entries completed. That's besides the point. So, anyways, there you go. Keen Hunter, after killing him, that means we had unlocked every single entry, but not completed every single entry. So, upon further exploring, we reached this big ol' opening, grand, vast, disgusting sewage zone with a locked golden casket of sorts. We open it using the simple key we got from the Pale Fool. And this God Seeker drops out dead. Or asleep? I don't know. I think she's dead. Anyways, we get the God Tuner, which unlocks the Pantheon. And we enter her dream. Or its dream. I don't know. Which immediately gives us a cutscene, basically of the God Seeker, like telling us, oh, complete these Pantheons. So here's the first Pantheon, the Pantheon of the Master. We go through the whole Pantheon. I'm not going to show these, like, fully at all. I'll show me killing the first couple bosses, but I'm not going to show the full of them at all, because it's literally just, it is a boss rush. You kill every single boss. So, the first 4 are incredibly easy. The last one is incredibly hard, because it is every single boss in the game in a row. And it takes about 45 minutes to complete. I will show you my successful run, because it took 5 days, because I would try it once a day, and if I failed, I would close the game. So it took 5 days. And also, I was doing this during school days, like on a school week, after doing AP physics homework. So, my brain was rotting. But here is the first Pantheon done, the Pantheon of the Master, which leads us to fight the Nail Masters, hence the name Master, right? So these guys, I say these guys, it's one boss at first, you kill him, and his brother appears, so it's Mato, and whatever the other guy's name was, I forgot. Aura. Aura and Mato. So, it's a gang fight. It's not really hard at all, though. Their attacks are, again, really well choreographed, and you can sort of just navigate their AI as you want. Freaking toe just popped. So, after killing one, this just becomes even more of a joke, because obviously now it's just one of them. So, there you go. That's the Nail Master's dead. And now I'm going to just skip to the next final boss of the next Pantheon, because again, it's just every boss in the game. There's the Achievement Brotherhood. And now the next final boss of the Pantheon is our boy, Shio. So he's the GOAT. This fight's really cool too, actually. The different paint colors he's attacking with signify a different type of attack. So blue's like 3, yellow's a giant jab, red's a downward swipe, pink is a giant explosion. It's really cool. But he's so damn easy. Like, he's not hard at all, which kind of just sucks. But, you know, he's dead. Also, should mention that I have Fragile Strength equipped, because this is technically a dream sequence, so dying in this sequence does not count as actual death. There you go. There's the achievement Inspiration. And here's the third Pantheon, which is Pantheon of the Sage, I believe. Can you get to the final bosses? It's Sly, the GOAT. So this dude knows every single nail art since he created them. So yeah, he just like kind of does them. It's kind of cool. He has a ton of times to attack him though, so he's not really too hard. Also, he has a second phase. Oh, he's dead. That was so easy. Just kidding. Now we're in a freaking like urgent phase or whatever, where he just jumps at you, and that's it. also makes these really goofy ass noises. Sounds like something out of Plants vs. Zombies. And yeah, and he's just like Obama. So yeah, thank you. Now that he's dead, we're on to the fourth one that gives us the achievement Focus. And the fourth one, oh my gosh, this one was hard. We have to fight the Pure Vessel, which is essentially a stronger... It's the perfect version of what the Hollow Knight was supposed to be. Like what our older brother, the Hollow Knight, was supposed to be. This is what he would have been if he had no flaws. And what we would have been, I imagine, if we were trained like the Hollow Knight. So, this fight, oh my gosh, I practiced this fight because there's a training grounds in God's Home so many times. Because let me tell you, it took me, I think, like 8 attempts to beat this guy. And that's after doing an entire Pantheon. So, it took like an hour of attempts straight. And you're like, well, it's not that long. It feels long when you're just slamming your head against the same challenge over and over again. But yeah, I got him down to a T. Just kidding. But I did get him down. I got most of his attack patterns pretty on lock. His parry is actually brutal. There you go. Sorry about the chair squeak. There's the fourth one done. Which gives us this cool little cutscene with our siblings, and they're like, you gotta kill it. Radiance. Absolute Radiance. The final boss of the final Pantheon, the Pantheon of Hollownest, which is every single boss in a row without dying. Anyways, hey, we got the achievement for this one, which was, I think, Soul and Shade. Yep, sweet. So now it's time for the final, the final sequence. So, you have to fight... This is after every single boss in the game, by the way. I just cut all of that footage so you guys wouldn't be bored. But this is me fighting, Pure Vessel again. So, I'll just let this play out. It's nothing new, you know, he's not really that hard. He's just a parry spammer. Like, actually, he's just a parry spammer, I swear. Every time you're like, oh, this is easy hits, he just parries. And if he gets a parry, it hurts. Automatic 2 damage dealt to you. Yeah, but I was locked in. Like, I have no mic traces being picked up whatsoever. That's why I have to voice over majority of this, or all of this. Because I was, like, beyond locked in. When athletes enter a zone called the flow state. Like, that was me, bro. There you go. Pure Vessel was done. And it was time for Absolute Radiance. This boss humbled the shit out of me. It took 6 attempts. And I'm gonna let like my raw audio play for this section because I think I was talking. Lovely start. Fucking balls. Dude, he didn't double jump. It's so... Sorry. What? Not even close. 1 HP! Oh my gosh. 1 HP and a dream, bro. Oh my god. Not even close. So yeah, after that ball clenching moment of 1 HP clutching the absolute Radiance boss, we beat the shit out of her in the form of the God of Void, I think is what that was. I don't know. But I was so happy after 5 hours total of just Pantheon gameplay. I had completed the game 112%. Holy shit, that was no joke. Like, genuinely, that was so goddamn hard. Now, there are a couple of achievements that I'm not going to show the full run of me getting, which is obviously the Steel Soul run, the 100% of the Steel Soul run, but I will show you the end of it. I missed the Purity achievement, which I got in the Steel Soul run, which is me killing the Nail Smith, and the Leaving Zoe to Die, and the Herald, which I got all of them. Well, I got the Herald in this run, but I lost the footage, and I got both of the other ones in the Steel Soul run. So yeah. So, there's Embrace the Void, Hooey, which also gave me the 112% ending. I don't know why it didn't pop there, but I have it. So, anyways, we visit Shio again in his house, and now him and the Nailsmith are a couple, which is super cute. Also, look at this. This is really adorable. They're just like freaking. They're just like making like dolls or something. That's pretty cool. So yeah, there you go. Happy couple. And I think after this, I get the completed Hunter's Journal, which I did not obviously show all the footage of me getting the insects, but you know, I obviously had to do it because this took forever. And they like chip at you. They're like, "You're gonna fight him. You're gonna fight him." And I was just like, "Wait, what?" So I started like attacking him, and I was like, "Oh, never mind." There it is, the Hunter's Mark, which literally does nothing, like at all. It just gives you an achievement, the True Hunter. And finally, the Steel Soul run. So as you can see in the top left, I have a silverish health bar. It's because this is the Steel Soul run. This was after another like 10 hours or 8 hours or something of me 100%ing the game on Steel Soul mode and getting ready to fight the Hollow Knight. So this is it. This is the finale, the end of this movie-esque video. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This took forever. I recorded this in October, and obviously school took over, and I really couldn't edit it. And even then, I didn't edit this to the best of my ability. I mean, I'm voiceovering the whole thing. There's like no effects. So if you made it this far, you're a real one. I appreciate you. Consider leaving a like, maybe subscribing. I'll post every now and again when I can, when physics isn't eating my ass. But this was really fun. I loved Hollow Knight. I loved every second of it. This game was so enjoyable, even though it was difficult as hell at some points. So yeah. This is the final achievement. This is it. It's just me beating this guy's ass with 1 life. So yeah. And there it is. So, yeah. Whether you're asleep or actively watching, thank you. I appreciate it. This project took a while, but it was pretty fun to edit and go over. I have now learned that I should probably pause the recording in between takes that are not relevant, because I just edited 50 hours of footage by sifting through and watching all 50 hours. So, sorry that there's no effects or any funny ha-has. We're relying purely on my dry humor. But, this game was great. If you haven't played Hollow Knight, I highly recommend you go and try it. This game is genuinely so phenomenal. It's insane. Team Cherry did an amazing job creating this masterpiece of Metroidvania. And of course, they released their sequel, Hollow Knight Silksong, which I will maybe 100% and get a video out for you guys. But I'm thinking Terraria first and some other little goofy things in between. But yeah, that's it. That was 100% of the game. That's how I 112%ed Hollow Knight and got all achievements. So, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.